Hello, Minecrafters. This is Armageddon on the MindCrack fan server. This has been a little bit of a long period of time since my last video, so I figured I should give you a bit of an update. There's been quite a few different changes that have been done on the server, and I'll just kind of go through them categorically. The biggest change is I've started with a sand generator. You may have heard it or seen it in some of the other videos up to now. This one that we have down here was my first generation. Basically, I was just making sure that this was actually would work in here, and it has actually messed up once or twice. So I've had to change some of the pistons around and such to get it to work, but this is essentially the baby brother to the full version one that's done by, I believe it's JL2567 or something to that effect. If you don't know who he is, I'll link him in the description here. But this is just a small version that is a lot more compact. It's considerably slower than the other one as well, but you can get it going with a lot less resources because it's essentially just the clock that they use plus a few extra pistons just to increase the spawn rate. But even with this little guy, I was able to fill up a full chest of sandstone and some other few chests here full of sand in relatively quick order. I guess I will just jump up and this one is also currently being tried to be duplicated on the main MindCrack server by Justified. He's having a few issues with I believe it's just this piston. Depending on which location you're putting it at, it has to be pointed in other directions. So he's just playing around now to see if he can get it to work on the main MindCrack server. But I will show you the bigger brother of this one up at the top. Alright, I'll cut here and you'll see me at the top. Alright, we're here back at the top of the plot here. I was before at the very bottom where I had created the original one, but this is right at the very top to make it a little bit easier for everyone else on the server to use it. It looks like Justify has kind of given up on the sand generator, so I'll see if I can give him a little bit more help here later after I finish recording here. But this is the big guy. It runs pretty well the same way as the other one did, because this is essentially what you saw downstairs with just one, I think it was about 4 pistons here, where this one has multiplied quite a bit. This one, as you can see on the sign here, is about 23 stacks a minute. Sand comes through very fast. You can pretty much fill up your inventory in just a matter of seconds. I'll just show you it in action here in a second. Just mentioning that I'm now running the Optifine and HD textures, which you've probably noticed at least the HD textures, but haven't quite figured out Optifine right now. So when I go into here, it'll kind of increase the local lag here, and you'll probably see a bunch of chunk error flashes, but we'll see how bad it is. Oh yeah, there's the chunk errors, but at any rate, it doesn't stop the machine from working, and you can see that my inventory is getting full quick. Takes virtually nothing to fill up a full inventory. And this design is exactly the same as the JL's. I've only made a few small changes on it. Nothing even really worth mentioning, other than the fact that I put in a pressure plate, and I would suggest anyone who does this on a server put in a pressure plate as well, because this can fill up very quickly and lag everyone off, especially if someone decides to forget to turn it off and walk away. Alright, that's it for the main new redstone inventions. I will mention one thing with the block switcher here. You saw in my last video I mentioned that sometimes if the block switcher isn't working properly, you may have to rotate this assembly right here, and you'll see that it has actually been rotated. Before it was faced this direction. Something, who knows what, but something has changed on the server that made that version incompatible and would not actually pulse properly. So I had to actually rotate this over here. You can see it's wired up exactly the same as the old one was. It just, the pistons are faced in this direction now. So whatever change to make this part break is been simply fixed by rotating it around. So the next part that I'm going to show in here is very unlike myself. Normally I'm 99% of the time just working on redstone inventions. I don't do a lot of pretty things, but you can see here that I've made quite a few of those special blocks. Thank God for the faster block swapper now. Otherwise this would have taken me forever in the old version. But I've started with a house. I figured I need something a little bit better than just an empty plot with a bunch of redstone inventions on it to kind of match in with everyone else here. You can see my neighborhood's growing fast. But this is my house. I'm kind of trying to do it a haunted house-esque kind of place, like kind of run down, the mossy and the cobblestone everywhere. There's cracks in the foundation. But this is the Estate of Unrest Manor House. This is an approximate copy of a zone from EverQuest. Yeah, I'm really showing my geek cred there, mentioning that I played EverQuest. But it is a fairly true-to-life replication of the layout of the State of Unrest. There's obviously been a few changes, considering it's a little hard to do everything with one-to-one blocks, and the fact that I had to shrink it a little bit so it would fit in my plot here. But it works pretty well, and I actually think it looks pretty good as well. There's quite a few rooms in here. I still have to go back through and put in a bunch of little embellishments and clean it up a bit. I'm probably going to put a few more windows. The windows kind of will break the whole look of the rundownness, but it will clean it up a lot better for the actual server, make it look a little bit prettier. But this is the house, and those are the updates for the server as far as my redstone goes, and a little bit of prettification here. And even mentioning here the Optifine and everything. I hopefully will be able to figure out exactly what's going on with the Optifine for our next video to clear it up a little bit so you don't see those flashes of weird chunk errors. And I hope you like the Faithful 32 pack that's going on here. Quite a few people out there in the YouTubes are using the Faithful 32. I think it's pretty well the best higher quality texture pack that looks still like vanilla Minecraft. There's not a huge amount of changes between here and the original set, which I kind of like. I want to keep the vanilla feel of Minecraft. I don't want to do any of the crazy texture packs. But I'll leave you guys here, and thank you for watching. See you next time.